So, back in like the early 2010s especially, I feel like there was just an onslaught of like zombie movies and like I think that horror uh trust me, this is going to be related to the topic at hand, but I think horror kind of reflects the anxieties of the day, right? So, if say like Frankenstein's monster, all that stuff, if that was kind of reflective of, the idea of playing God, are we going too far with technology? That was, back in the day, back in the 50s or whatever. That reflected the time period in which it existed in. So zombies has to be a reflection of what was going on in the early 2010s. And I strongly believe that it was the idea of like phone addiction, screen dependency, screen addiction, I guess, if you want to call it that. The idea of being just like so fixated by like, I guess, one thing, right? Where like you kind of disregard everything else. Maybe I'm looking at that the wrong way or looking too much into it, but that's just kind of how I feel. I mean, like it's kind of a, what do you call? It's an adjacent idea where it's like if you're on your phone all the time, you're kind of zombified. Zombies are only really driven by their sounds silly to say, this, driven by their desire to like consume flesh, consume brains, and humans are driven by the desire to consume content. So me personally, I reject that. Whenever I'm out in public, I try not to be on my phone. If I'm just waiting in a doctor's office or something, I'm gonna sit there bored. It's like 5 minutes. I can sit there bored for 5 minutes, and I've been doing that for maybe 2.5 years, maybe 3 years at this point. And the biggest thing I've noticed is that when I'm not on my phone, I notice how many other people are just looking at their phones all the time. And that goes like, I mean, you guys probably see it too. Like in the gym, I'll just walk past someone and, a young person, and they'll be like on TikTok in the middle of sets, and not even just young people. I mean, old people. They'll be like on Facebook because that's their app, I guess, or they're like texting or like whatever. And do what you want to do, I guess, but I don't like look at my phone in the gym. I look at my phone to see the time and change the music if I need to. That's about it. I'm not saying that I'm better than anyone. That's not like I'm not trying to have an ego moment, but maybe it is. I'm just simply observing that if I'm not on my phone, I notice that other people are on their phone like constantly. And then even in public spaces, like I'll notice that people will just be on their phones instead of kind of like sitting there. And well, I mean, I don't blame them actually. It kind of makes sense, right? If you have a device that will show you something that you will likely enjoy that is tailor made for you, like why would you not use that? I'm a musician, that's what I'd say in all my videos, and so you guys know if you're returning, but I notice when people are listening to music, it's never just like listening to music, it's listening to music while they're on their phone. And that's the same idea. Like, I mean, I think about the older, way older, great music of the past. You gotta like sit down and appreciate it, right? The reason why Van Halen was so crazy is because that was the most exciting thing in front of you if you got the chance to see it. But it's like now the most exciting thing that we have is in our pocket at all times. It doesn't matter if someone's ripping a crazy guitar solo, there's something more exciting on that phone. In the end, I guess it really was that damn phone because, I mean, I don't know, it's so insane, like, seeing how many people are just on their phones all the time. Like, people I, like, hang out with in person as well, they'll just, like, check their phones every now and then. I'm like, dude, I mean, okay, fine, check the time, check your phone, check if you got, like, a text from your mom or something, I don't know. But, like, why are you scrolling on Instagram when there's a whole nother human being right in front of you? But like I said before, and I'll keep saying, there's nothing more exciting to someone, even if it's a whole nother person in front of them, than what's on their phone. There's been that trend, right, of like going analog, as they say, but I mean that's really all it is. It's a trend. I think that people are, even if they are like buying analog, like physical media and like physical things, they're still posting about it on their phones. They still have a phone, and I mean that's the trend, right, to share it on social media. So it's always like this really big contradiction, I feel. Like if you're truly going analog, like you wouldn't be posting this, but then if you're not posting this, then it wouldn't be a trend, and then you wouldn't be doing it in the first place. I don't know. It's like the snake eating its tail in a way. And there are studies out there. I mean, I'm sure you'll believe me when I say this. There are studies out there that show that like being on your phone all the time literally makes you dumber. I don't have those studies on me. My sources, trust me, bro. But you'd believe me, right? And don't get me wrong. Like having a smartphone is cool. I am a proud Luddite, but I do have a smartphone as well. It's a good tool. I need it for life. I mean, whether I like to or not, I need it for life, for my work, for uh, just having friends. I need that. I need it. But I have to think sometimes, or a lot of times, in a different timeline, could it have been different? Like, could we have not depended on these screens so much? And, well, I don't even know how to finish that thought because I literally can't picture a world without smartphones right now. My, I guess, call to action would be get off your phone. Be bored for a second. If you're waiting at the doctor's office, just be bored for a second. You don't have to scroll on Facebook or whatever, Instagram. You don't have to do any of that. You don't have to. Engage with the real world. I'm not going to say you have to go outside, but even if you're inside, right? Observe your surroundings. There's a lot going on. There's a lot to take in, and the graphics are pretty good. And if you do all these things, you will notice that everyone is just on their phones like all the time. It makes me feel like a weird person for not also, head down, neck down into my phone all the time. Like you just notice that if you try this. I think there's a discussion about like delayed gratification in here somewhere. I don't know where it is, but it's in there somewhere where if you can kind of sit alone and be content with yourself, just waiting around for something. I think, yeah, there's just some element of like patience. Patience is a virtue. I'll leave it at that. Is there anyone else who's out there who's not like on their phone all the time or not compulsively checking their social media? I don't know. I mean, I know a couple people maybe in my life, but I legitimately don't know if there are people like that out there. So I guess leave a comment. You don't have to, but it'd be cool if you can relate. Cool. With that, I'm out. Peace.